Up next, it's Week 11 action in the NFL with the Steelers in town to take on the Chargers. Pittsburgh.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Here comes Nelson. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led by a longtime starter in the NFL in his 14th season, a former Super Bowl MVP, and that's Joe Flacco.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. But look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. Well into the triple digits, and they'll take that every time out.
What I loved was just how decisive he was running the football. Coaches like guys that go north and south. They don't like the east-west guys, the juking and the jiving. 1 foot in the ground and cut.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Now Flacco. Completion here to Claypool. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll lead here to a third down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The Chargers set to go on offense for the first time, and they are led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020. Now in his second season out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Williams loses the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try to get downfield.
Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards. He was on. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
They don't want it, boys.
So that challenge, a successful one. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 23 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Herbert now. And that is incomplete. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Flacco. Open man completes it to Claypool. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Flacco. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was the rookie, Najee Harris, who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Second down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
The tackle made by Devin Bush. A gain of a yard.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Just the first quarter of tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game.
Herbert has it knocked free. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Justin Herbert sacked.
This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
So the fumble recovery, now Flacco to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Uchenna Nwosu, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it facing a second and long situation. Another try after the first down sack. Flacco. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With third down coming up.
You definitely won't like to hit on that one because now you've got a third and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Boswell's kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard.
Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 17-yard line.
Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
What's the deal, y'all?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Again, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Going deep here for Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5 now. Flacco looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Harris. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Flacco. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now Flacco. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. This is Harris. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. More from L.A. in a moment. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert keeps himself upright. Herbert has it knocked free.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now it's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. More from L.A. in a moment. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. And incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run with Harris. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On 1st down, it's Harris. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 85 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the booths right now? The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Flacco's throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Flacco from the gun. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To pass, Flacco. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Extra point now by Boswell. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Andre Roberts now to return it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And now it's 2nd down. Herbert. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Cook. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Cook. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head to...
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. They juked him. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. Now Joe Flacco and the offense heading back out onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well...
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on second and long. Flacco trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Matt Ryan leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Jonathan Taylor, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one in the NFC. The Giants and Bucks from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Shifts by him. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Herbert has it knocked free, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
Well, it reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Flacco. It's brought in by Harris. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Oh, he shifts past him. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Possession switching back now to the Chargers. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Herbert. And this is Cook with a grab. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On the give, this is Eckler. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Ty Long now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. Down goes Joe Flacco in the end zone. It's a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, give the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. To return is Roberts.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
7 yards, the pickup there.
On second down, Eckler. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack. Going to stop him short of the first down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's Ty Long now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run again with Harris, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now it's Flacco. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well. Protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And the stats on his game, they really tell the story. A strong start. I don't know that the defense has really changed a whole lot as opposed to maybe just sticking to that game plan and shutting him down now.
I like where you're going with that because normally we talk about adjustments and drastic changes in a game plan in order to shut someone down. But in this case, maybe they're just sticking with what they worked on all week and they're just making better plays. And so far, they've got to like what they've been doing in the second half.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. It's Eckler again. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Here's McLeod on the return.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The Steelers on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And here's another carry for Harris. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
Flacco's throw there, hauled in by Claypool.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Taco looks to throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
There's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 3-yard line.
From down near his goal line here, Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Herbert now. This caught left side by the tight end Parham.
At the 16-yard line. 4 yards.
From the 16, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. And some room to work. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for L.A.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Taco Charlton. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert has got it to Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up third and 13.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
It's second down and 10.
On second down now, it's Harris, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Tackled by Kenneth Murray.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Here's Flacco.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass to Guyton. Oh, able to avoid him. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
More from L.A. in a moment.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
11 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 12.
Throwing, Herbert.
He's going to let it fly.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Harris. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Herbert to throw. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He's got Eckler. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Steelers, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.